Hello, Taurus. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I am here to talk to you about April. And we're going to talk about April 3rd through the 9th at the end of this video, which is why I'm programming these cards for you right now. And yes, it's going to be a good month. I can feel it. Spring is in the air, as they say. So, I'm pre-programming these cards for the first week of April, the 3rd through the 9th. And I'm going to then proceed to program the main deck for the overview. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards, thinking of you. And we will figure out what comes next, right? Let's do the April thing. Every shuffle is perfect, and that's okay. Last one. Okay, so let's just see what's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and lay out we have 4 weeks this month, so I'll put out 4 columns. 4 columns of cards. The first row, of course, is where we are. Second row is what's blocking us. And the third row will be our solution, right? All the cards are going to face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. So just be aware of that and let that be good. All right, cool. So let's just see. All right. Set these aside and we'll get into it. All right, Taurus. So the first week of April, we're looking at the Fool as the very start of the way this is where you are. The first week of April is where you're wanting to jump into something new. Something new wants to get busy getting started. So you may be doing some preliminary informational stuff for the new thing that you're getting into. Pay attention to what that is. Do the prior proper planning thing, right? Because it's always a good thing to be ready, right? This area down here is talking about the 7 of Pentacles, which means that it's an area where you're blocked, and we're talking about you having this financial security being a block for you, which is interesting. It means that you may or may not argue about your worth and value when the opportunity arises, because when you start something new, you can actually rework your financial situation. I know it doesn't feel like a thing, but it might be a thing. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind that you might want to rework your financial situation. The Wheel of Fortune is your solution, and we're talking about how there's a lesson here for you. This is something that you have done on a regular basis, and you've taken what people have given you instead of standing up for yourself and saying, this is what I want, or this is what I deserve. This is what I have to offer. This is what you should offer me. And it's interesting how this comes up on a regular basis for you, where you're either picking up where somebody else left off and not in a position to rework it. But here you are at the very beginning. There's an opportunity. Don't cut off your nose just by your face, and don't also put yourself in a position where they run away from you because you ask for so much. Play the game, see what happens, okay? Play the game, but get what you feel you deserve. Maybe a sunset clause saying after, 6 months or after the first year, this thing turns into something else. Ta-da. And then you get to win, right? and you feel your worth and value appreciated after a year. Figure it out. You'll see. Okay, cool. Now then, Taurus, we're going to talk about the next week, uh, being April 10th through the 16th. And we have the Lover's card as where you are. And we're talking about that means your partnership is at play this week. Paying attention to the people in your life who support you in all areas, whether it's at work or at home. There is the Seven of Wands here, which is about you needing to support and get your ideas heard so that people will listen to you and understand what you want. There's some of that at home and at work, so that's interesting. Pay attention to how you talk to them and how that gets done. The solution looks like you have the Nine of Pentacles telling you that in a way there's nothing for you to lose. You have nothing to lose in this situation. And I want to get in deeper on this when we look at it in the next video, because I see a little bit of nothing to lose here, but I don't want you to jump out into the universe and act as if you have nothing to lose until we're sure. Okay, so we'll look at that more closely. All right, so the following week, being April 17th through the 23rd, we're looking at where you are is starting out with the Death card. Letting go of something that is no longer happening, something is no longer useful. There's a lot of release happening in this moment. When you release it, it will give you an opportunity to grow. So there's an opportunity here to do a lot of purging, and I want you to experiment with purging. There's some joy in that. There's a lot of joy in letting go of things, and I want you to appreciate that and exercise that option of release. There is the area where you're blocked is the Ten of Pentacles, meaning that the family money situation is just in the background, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be much help to you right now. Your goal right now is not to worry about the finances. We will get more in depth on that. I need more information to find out what that's all about. Because you're going to release, and then you've got the Chariot down here, which is telling me that not only are you letting go of a bunch of stuff, but you're moving. Wheels under your feet. You are on the move to something new. Okay? That's pretty cool. That's going to be a very good deal. All right? Now, the final week of April, we're looking at April 24th through the 30th. And where you are is we're talking about the Hermit, which is an opportunity for you to do a little deep dive inside yourself, to experiment and appreciate who you are as a person, how you got here, what you want, and what you need. All right? This is that moment where you need to understand those things and get it all figured out for yourself, so that you are not in a position of giving everything away or taking everything. You want the people around you to be in support of you and to be helpful. Okay? Everybody should be on board at that time. We have the King of Wands being where you're blocked. So somebody of like mind may not be helping too much in this moment of now. But be aware that their heart may be in the right place, and they may not be expressing themselves correctly or well. But it's important for you to maybe listen. You can listen to this person because they are somebody who loves and supports you. They just may not have all the information or all the anything. So just listen and see how it fits. If it feels right, it feels good, great. If it doesn't, you can disregard it. The solution for you this week is the Nine of Cups, which is you getting absolutely everything you want. So you're going to put out into the universe what you want. I think that at the beginning of the week, when we're talking about the Hermit, is you figuring out what you want, right? And you've got people whispering in your ear. But whatever you figured out that you wanted is what you're going to get. Okay? So your wishes will be fulfilled You will be manifesting exactly what you want and need. Pay attention to that. Be careful what you wish for, and be ready, because this is you swinging a big bat, getting all the power you want and doing all the things you need. Okay, so pay attention to those things. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save these cards over here, and we will look at those and go in depth on those in other videos. But this particular video, we're going to go in depth on the first week of April. All right. So the first week of April, 3rd through the 9th, we're looking at these cards. And we already shuffled these cards and set them up to be ready for this. And we have some similar cards to what we've already seen. Interesting. Alrighty then, let's look at what we have here. So, this is where we are, and we were talking about the Fool. And the very beginning of April, we are looking at you having an opportunity to jump into something new and wanting to get things planned and put together. We have the Nine of Cups saying that your wishes are already being fulfilled, in that you're able to put out information and people are hearing you and understanding you and offering you help with that. There is going to be, this is a Hanged Man, which is saying that there will be a little hang up in the project. And you may have to do something to accommodate the situation, insofar as things may turn out the way you want them, but with additional things put in your lap that you will have to deal with on a regular anyway. So keep that in mind. While there will be a reshuffling. I feel a reshuffling happening. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles is here in the area where you're blocked. We talked about how having all the money that you need to do what you want to do can be a benefit, but also a frustration. It shows up here again in your solution, so that's interesting. And this is the Two of Cups, telling me that your relationship is at issue with this situation. So this has something to do with another bit of information on you gaining more finances. So yeah, there's stuff going on at home with your significant other where finances are good, but there's ways to make more and take care of the finances in a different way. And this may block you in some way from focusing on what you're doing here. So you have a lot of stuff going on here that you need to stay focused on, and this person's going to be distracting you. Hey, come play over here. This is super important, and for you, it's a very big distraction. Doesn't make it wrong, just means it's distracting, and you need to stay focused. This card here being your solution for the week. We were talking about the Wheel of Fortune. We were talking about how your karma in the past has come back to assist you in this situation. Some of what's going on for you is consistent with something you've run into before. I talked about your worth and value in the overview, and the Seven of Pentacles is showing up, telling me that you are having some financial benefit. Yes, you're doing okay in the financial department, and but you also have the Seven of Cups, telling me that your choices, you have choices to make about money and things that you care about. So there's a lot of things happening here that will be good, bad, or indifferent. It's not simple. It's not a simple project. You have a puzzle to work on. No wonder all of this home stuff is a bit of a block for you right now, because you're trying to stay focused on what you're doing. And I get that. So keep an eye on that. Pay attention to how that goes. And we'll see how it plays. All right? Excellent. Good luck, Taurus. We will talk next week about April 10th through the 16th.